It's KC. If you've been watching, you're just starting to watch, or whatever the case may be, just stay tuned in. I promise you the story gets good. But I'm back with another entry from the journals, so we ain't gonna waste no time. Let's get right back into it. October 6th, 7:30 p.m. Saturdays are canteen days. Usually a canteen order is a max of $140. The last month or so, most canteen orders have only been $30, $40. I guess that's their way of punishing us for all the staff assaults that have happened in the other prisons. Even though none of them have happened here in St. Cloud, we still get locked down and still don't get full orders. This week coming up, we were supposed to get back to the normal 140 order, but a few days ago, another staff assault occurred in Oak Park, so I'm sure canteen will only be $30, $40 for the next few weeks, if we get canteen at all. I'm thankful that I don't need anything right now since I stocked up the last couple times we were able to get a full order. Today would have been one of those days, but they seem to wait until we order to send out a memo saying we're only getting $30. On top of that, they pick what $30 we get, so today I got one cinnamon roll, mouthwash, baby powder, a thermal, and one t-shirt. There's never any consistency in this place, and every day is something different. We only go to flag one time on Saturdays. I don't know what it is they do while we sit in the cell all day. There is more than enough time for us to get canteen and still be able to get two 45 to 55 minute flags. Flags when you like go around the cell block and do recreation, get on the phone, get in the shower, whatever. But instead, maybe 30, 40 minutes for flag one time on Saturdays. I'm trying my best to just remain patient and wait to go to boot camp, but that's easier said than done. So this next entry is October 8th, 1:30 a.m. Clearly, I wasn't sleeping very well. I had to tell myself that I don't even want to go to a different prison. I just want to do all my time here, so that whenever I do get out of this place, it's only a memory. It's the only memory I'll have of prison. Hopefully, this experience will be enough that I don't ever come back. From the sounds of it, this is the worst it gets. I don't believe that no more. But if I ever was to get moved to an actual medium or minimum level facility, there's no way those places are any worse than this. It gets worse, trust me. I'm not saying that this couldn't be worse, right? But the way other inmates compare St. Cloud to other facilities and make it seem like being here is one of the worst places to do time. I guess I just look at it like this ain't supposed to be easy, so I don't expect it to be a comfortable experience. Anything easier than this won't seem that bad at all. Other than being locked in the cage all day, at least I have a TV to watch and to pass the time with. I got food to eat. This twin-size bed could be bigger, but at least it's not a thin-ass dirty mattress. I got brand new clothes to put on and clean sheets and towels once a week. I have to tell myself that this could be a lot worse. And then for a couple of pages, I go into rapping, and I think I attempt to write my autobiography and some more stuff, but so I used to write like little quotes on the top of the pages. So this is October 9th at 11:45 p.m. But the quote on top of the page says, "The hardest times show you how strong you really are. Some days don't seem to be as bad as others. Today was probably one of those days. Days like today, we get out of our cell for maybe an hour more than most days because we get to go to the gym. There you can hoop, or they have a weight room and you can work out, and they also have a game room where you can play video games. Basketball is the only way to do any physical activity in this place unless you just walk around in the unit during flag, which isn't much of a workout. Some days seem to go by faster than others. I started to just stay asleep until noon, at least most days. That way the days seem to go by a lot faster than if I just stay up all morning watching TV. Sleeping in so late does seem to make my night longer since I don't usually go to sleep till after 2 a.m., but I'd rather stay up late than be up early in the morning. Unfortunately, I think that staying up all night has affected my little push-up routine. I was getting up at 6 a.m. every morning for the first 3 months to do push-ups and then doing them again at night. However, in the last month or so, I haven't been doing them in the morning, and sometimes I just don't do them at all. This last week, I've been trying to get back in the mode of doing them every day, but I've been slacking. At one point, I was up to 500 push-ups a day. Right now, I'm barely even doing 250 a day. I have to get back to my program. I also signed up for the library so I can get back to reading, because I've also neglected that in the past month. I've just been on some real lazy shit, and I can't keep that shit up, so I'm going to do my best to get back to my old ways. Fuck this place. Yeah, I get my whatever feelings or whatever you want to call it, get to cussing this place out. But this is still the beginning. I got a long way to go, I promise you. Let's knock off one more. October 10th, 10:30 p.m. It says, tough times don't last. Tough times don't last. Tough people do. Every day I pray for patience, and I try to remind myself to just be patient. This won't last forever. This can't last forever. I have an out date. Some people have to spend the rest of their life in here. Young niggas only 19, 20 years old, not even old enough to legally drink, got to be here for the next 20 years. Little niggas who probably just started really fucking won't get to touch a woman for the next 10 plus years. By that time, who knows how fucked up this world will be. By then, some niggas will be too old to even have children and been locked up since they were kids themselves. I try to stay as positive as possible because even if worse comes to worse and I don't end up being able to get out early, at least when I do get out, I'll still have a lot of life left to live. Hopefully this time that I'm away will make me a better and stronger man so that whenever I do get out, I can start living my life. The whole time up until I ended up in here, I thought I was living my best life. But the fact is I wasn't living at all. I was slowly killing myself. And if the lifestyle I was living didn't get me killed, then I'm almost positive the drugs I was doing would have. As much as I would like to say that it's unclear as to how things got so out of hand, it's actually very clear how things got the way they are. Before I knew it, years had gone by and I had spent all that time just getting high and trying to stay afloat. All the money that I've made, I have nothing to show for it other than a few memories, but even those are a little foggy due to the fact that I was high through all of them. It seems like every relationship I've been in was jeopardized one way or another because I put drugs first. Going to jail all the time because of drugs were the only times that I was sober, and even I was finding ways to get high while either in jail or on probation. Even after going through a treatment program and paying $3,000 to be there, as soon as I graduated, I was literally getting high an hour after leaving the treatment facility. And then the quote on top of this page says, don't let your struggle become your identity. Normally, they say that most people tend to use drugs to make up for something, but I'm not sure if that's the case in my case. They say people get addicted to drugs because they have addictive personalities. Again, I don't think I fall into that category either. So why is it that I basically choose drugs over everything else in my life? My freedom, my happiness, my family, love, relationships, none of those things meant enough to me for me to just quit. Instead, I would try and hide getting high. At first, then it got to the point where I thought if I just told people that I got high, then it wouldn't be a big deal. Looking back now, it was the biggest deal. I've lost everything to drugs, but what were the drugs replacing? What void did I think the drugs were filling? Why was I getting high? I don't know, or at least right now, I'm unable to admit the answers to those questions. But there must be a reason. Maybe I'll figure it out someday. Yeah, we're going to end it there. That one got intense. I wasn't prepared for that, but literally as I'm reading this stuff though, I haven't read this since I wrote it for the most part. Like sometimes I go back and read it or whatever, but since I've been out, and at least for the last 6, 7, 8 months or a year for that matter, I haven't read none of this stuff. So I'm giving it to you, reading it at the same time that I'm reading it for the first time after writing it for the most part. So yeah, stay tuned, we got a long way to go. Tap in, man. I'm KC.